Hello everyone and welcome to my review of Shadow Dancer on the Sega Mega Drive. I'm not too sure if this was the direct sequel to Shinobi on the Mega Drive. It may not have been, but I've got a feeling it was. In any event, this game actually passed me by originally because around where I live, for some reason, it was really hard to get hold of this game. That was back in the days before online shopping and all of that good stuff. There was only a select number of places in the local area that sold video games, and for some reason I could never get hold of a copy of this. I remember having Revenge of Shinobi, and I remember having Shinobi 3, but I never had this one, and this was one that I really wanted. For some strange reason, being a bit of a completionist, it drove me mad that I was missing out on a Shinobi game. So this is actually the first time having the game and playing it, and I have to say I really enjoy it. I think it's a good game. I love the visual style here, in the background of the burning buildings and everything. It's sort of in stark contrast to any other Shinobi game that I played, and it's tough as well, like a Shinobi game should be. I remember the original arcade game used to drive me crazy. It used to be that tough. And this one certainly lives up to that reputation. It is a difficult game. Certainly when you first start playing it, there's a lot of things you need to remember. There's a lot of enemy moves you need to remember. Different enemy types that do different things, and so on and so forth. The levels themselves aren't especially large, but they don't need to be. I mean, as you get into the game, they become increasingly difficult. These guys here, for example, with these green shields or discs or whatever they are that they sling out at you, these guys are a real pain in the arse. And even sending your attack dog doesn't really do much. He just turns into a small attack dog and then just doesn't do a whole lot. There's only certain enemy types you can really use the attack dog with. They're useful for taking out guys behind the barricades with the guns, that's for certain. It's kind of one of those, is this dog actually going to be any use to me in the game or not? It can be. It's like anything else, you have to learn the best place to use them. And I do like the way this level breaks itself apart as well. I think that's a really cool effect, and I like that. And then you got to watch out as well. Oh, you bugger! You got to watch out as well for those spinning ninjas. There's all sorts of different enemy types, and it's kind of cool. There's a lot of variety in the game in terms of the bad guys that you face, especially early on. I mean, it really does throw the kitchen sink at you quite right from the word go. Where's my dog gone? Oh, there he is. The invincible dog. He should use the dog as a shield, because he appears to be invincible. He just tends to grow into a little puppy when he's hurt, and then after a few seconds he grows back again. Yeah. Lots of hack and slash action going on. Good old fashioned gameplay. Nice Sega, oh my god, I can't believe I died there, unfair deaths, which is always nice to see in a Sega game, otherwise it wouldn't be the same. So yeah, I really like this game. I think it's really, really enjoyable. Oh dear god, sorry about that. Yeah, the level stages are split into, I think it's 3 stages, and then, or is it 3 or 2 stages, and then you face the end of level bad guy. And the first bad guy that you face is a real pain in the arse. He's very similar to the one that you face at the end of the first Shinobi game. Actually, it's The third stage is the bad guy stage, is the main boss stage. And this guy's similar to the thing that you face at the end of the first stage in the original Shinobi, and that guy used to drive me up the wall as well, because they have this spinning fireball attack. I have to dodge those, and yeah, that wasn't going to happen there. You have to dodge the things that fall from the ceiling, and then he has this annoying fireball that moves with a random pattern, and that really does drive me mad. It can be so impossible to avoid at times. There it is, there it goes. Just flies around, it does its own thing before disappearing. And yeah, it can usually result in, oh look, I'm dead and I can't get past this guy for no matter what you do. I know there'll be better players out there than me that will say, you know, it's not about chance, it's about skill. And that is true. A lot of these games, the skill is actually in learning the patterns, which just requires you to play it over and over and over again. And that was how you mastered these type of games. You know, you didn't... One of the things with a lot of games today is you can usually... A reasonably skilled gamer can probably go through a game these days and die very, very few times, because a lot of it is not about memorizing a pattern. A lot of it, they follow sort of a logic AI pattern. I'm not making it very clear, but you can usually defeat a bad guy just by using sort of conventional logic, where with these games there was no such thing as conventional logic, because they were just crazy. So you had to learn the pattern, and you had to learn the best areas to avoid attack, and so on and so forth. I haven't done a very good job of explaining that at all, and so I'll quit while I'm losing on that one. But I kind of know what I mean. The way to master the game essentially was to memorize the game. You know, you had to memorize what the bad guys were going to do on each level, where they were going to come from, and because they followed a pattern. Right, I think I've explained that about as good as it's ever going to get anyway. So yeah, and I like the level design in this. It's nice and varied. Yeah, this is a good game. It's not easy. There are better Shinobi games out there, that's for certain. But this one does its job really well. It feels like Shinobi. That's the important thing. It feels like a Shinobi game when you're playing it. And I enjoyed it. I think Shadow Dancer was... Not Shadow Dancer. I think Revenge of Shinobi and Shinobi 3 were probably better Shinobi games, but I like this one. I think it's good. So that's Revenge of... No, it's not. That's Shadow Dancer on the Sega Mega Drive. Thanks for watching, and please stay tuned to this channel for more videos. Thank you very much.